Imagine the day at the airport. You're saying goodbye to your loved ones and you turn and head in the opposite direction, knowing that there will be a long time before you finally get to meet them in real life like this again. Because you're going to board a plane that goes off to a new country where you're going to start a brand new life at university because you're studying abroad, and you're going to make new friends, gain new perspectives, right? Yeah, it all sounds like a dream, and it is. It's a dream for millions of students every year. And as much as everyone makes it seem like the picture perfect dream and an honorable thing to do, it actually comes at such a hefty cost. Living expenses, not being able to fit in, being homesick, and to top it all off, the stress of your studies and exams, they're bound to have a mental toll on you. So, is studying abroad really worth all the hype? Let's do some math. The average cost of studying abroad for a year typically ranges from $15,000 to $70,000, and that's in US dollars. The costs are notoriously high, so what do you get in return for all of this money lost? Well, it depends on a lot of factors like which university you're going to, which country you're studying in, which major you're choosing to study. These factors may influence and affect how much money you make when you actually find a career. For example, someone who is studying English major in Thailand, in a university at Thailand, may not get as much as someone who is studying computer science in Australia. Of course, there are plenty of more factors, but you get the point. But studies do show that employers do value this international experience of studying abroad because they think that it signals that you are very flexible and you can adapt easily. You have lots of perspectives because you're in a very diverse community. And not only that, but it also signals your independence and your collaboration and communication skills. So yes, you do sort of have a head start when compared to other people who didn't study abroad because employers tend to value you more. Also, to keep in mind that if you're studying abroad with hopes of finding a local job there, there is one problem that's happening very recently. Many students they put their entire life savings to study abroad in hopes of finding a local job, but only to face very strict laws about post-study jobs and careers, which just force them to come back to their home country early. Another thing about studying abroad is that it makes you grow really fast. When you're put into a completely new environment where you don't know anything about its systems, culture, or maybe sometimes even the language, you're forced to adapt and learn as quickly as possible so that you survive and thrive in your new environment. You learn to be resilient, you learn to keep on pushing yourself, you learn so many new things, and you learn problem solving, communication, and all of your life skills are developed rapidly because of this new environment shifting process. Psychologists note that living abroad significantly increases your cultural intelligence and open-mindedness. Why? Because you're faced with new challenges, new perspectives, and new ways of doing things that you've probably never even have seen or heard in your hometown before. So you don't just learn new things, you actually gain a new perspective. It reshapes your view on the world and your things around you. And some students say that studying abroad has reshaped their identity and value the way they see things for the rest of their lives. Does everything sound so good so far? Well, now we talk about the part where most people don't talk about the hidden costs. The costs that don't show up on your university billing statement. When you go to a new country, at first you're very excited. You're starting a brand new life. You're starting off fresh. This is amazing, right? You're so excited for everything, and then it hits you. Loneliness, being homesick. You miss your family, your loved ones. There's no one to support you by your side anymore. You're stuck with everything alone. You're going to have to deal with everything alone, and your only support is through a screen. And don't forget to think about time zones. So, of course, you're going to have to deal with a lot. Plus, don't forget about financial problems. The majority of students who go abroad, especially from less developed countries, they have lots of financial problems. So many students tend to work part-time jobs in order to support their education journey because their parents can't support them enough. So your financial problems are going to be on you as well. That's a lot of stress, and you have to be very, very strong to get through all of that. It comes at a very heavy mental cost. Taking everything I've just said into consideration, so is studying abroad worth the investment? Well, I'd have to say it's gonna be different for everybody. So there's no certain definite answer to that. If you're thinking financially, well, then it may or may not be, because it depends on your career and the university you choose. So that's uncertain. If you're thinking about personal growth, well, then definitely a yes, because studying abroad will surely open up new perspectives, and you're gonna learn a lot of things and a lot of new life skills, which will help you as you further go down the road. But in reality, it actually depends on how you use the experience of studying abroad and how you use what you've learned there. If you don't put everything you've learned back into action when you go back to your home country, then what's it worth? But if you do, then it can be worth a lot. So what do you think? Do you think studying abroad is worth everything that comes along with it? That's all for today. My name is Shin, and I'm from Teacher Su International School. Bye bye! Then thanks for watching.